Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the fourth episode of this fall's roundtable series. I am your host, Nancy Sanchez, also the entertainment editor for the Equinox. Despite the challenges we are facing as we adjust to a fully based virtual environment, many are taking the opportunity to broaden their horizons in and outside of their professional life. For a lot of us, a virtual-based student and work schedule has made it so that we have more free time before classes, in between classes, and after classes, completely eliminating the need to travel and commute for such responsibilities. Some students have taken this opportunity to start their own web-based businesses, which is why today we will be informing students on entrepreneurship. Serving as the two main sources of inspiration for this episode, we have special guests Scalzo and Amaya Morales, our editor-in-chief and managing editor, joining us today to talk about their experience operating and managing their own businesses. I want to thank you both for joining us today. It is so exciting to have you guys on. But before we get into our special guests, our roundtable staff would like to lay out the foundation of what it means to start a business. So without further ado, I would like to turn this over to our sports editor, Anthony Cavino, who will first dive into the importance of having a business plan for any business you are looking to run. Anthony?
Hi, everybody. So it's Anthony. So I'm back to talk to you guys about starting a business and the pros and cons that will go along with those and the risks and benefits that they have. So to start off, I would say the pros of starting your own business is that you would have total control over all your operations since it's your business. You get to create your own wealth. It's your money. It's your business. You have no boss. You have no taxes to get taken out of it. It's all your money you make. You get to choose who you want to work with, of course, because you are your own boss. And you get to choose all your decisions. They're all your decisions, basically. So, and then I would say sort of like the last thing is that when you design like your own products, as like Elle would get into or Maya would get into, you would feel a sense of happiness when somebody buys your product and uses your product and promotes it. It just gives you like a sense of just joy and happiness that you're successful. And of course, the amount of success you will have is also a lot because people are buying your stuff and all that, promoting it. So that's all the good stuff that can happen. But also I would say there are some downsides to having your own business as well. You work harder, longer hours, obviously, because you got to make your business the best it can be, make sure everything is tip top notch, everything. You don't have anybody to guide you, which is kind of, you're probably your own mentor, your own boss. You got to mentor yourself. You can always ask for help for people that are in your same business, but it's kind of hard because you don't have a boss to help you with stuff. You may not get paid for a while. And even if the thing that's going to be the most harsh is that failure feels very bad. And that's, of course, the last thing you would want to happen is to fail starting your own business. You want to be successful, so you want to make it the best it can be. These are all things I would take into consideration when you're starting your own business is that it would need to gain traction and money would start to come in when you do become successful. But obviously, if failure does happen, that might not be as what's the word I'm looking for? It might be as common. So obviously, the benefits to starting your own business is that it's your business, your money. So you have total control over all the money you get since you are working by yourself. You don't got to pay anybody to do work for you. You don't got to pay anybody else to get you things that you need to start your own business. So that's the benefit. The main benefit is that you have total control over everything. You are your own boss. It's your company. It's your legacy, sort of, in a way, to start your business and then make it better and better each year or each month, however long you have your business for. And then I would say some risks is that the time you have to put in is going to be immense because we all know how hard it is for someone to start their own business from scratch. Also, money may not come in as quick as you might think because people may not be interested in buying your products at the first time. You got to attack a market where people will buy and just you'll see it start coming in. And something that's really popular amongst people who you're trying to target, if it's young adults, older adults, children, all stuff. A lot of stuff goes into play there. And then I would say also you get the last thing, as I said before, take into the possibility that your business may not be successful because of the products you've chosen. People don't want to buy them. So all goes back to target market, where you want to sell, what's what is really hot right now that people are into. So I would say that's probably the ground rules before starting your own business, before ever putting it together. You gotta take all this into account and make a lot of decisions that will factor into your business. So thank you, Nancy.
Yes, thank you so much for that, Anthony. Having a business plan is so crucial to success. Analyzing the pros and cons of your business before jumping into action can save you time and, most importantly, money. Now, with so many popular platforms on the web, it is important to ask yourself, as an up and coming entrepreneur, which service or platform best aligns with your vision. Which platform works best for the kind of product that you are looking to sell? Our news editor, Joanna Marino, will give us a brief overview of some of our most popular platforms. Joanna?
Thank you, Nancy. I'm Joanna Marino, news editor for the Equinox. For all you self-starting souls out there watching this video and wishing to break out of the 9-to-5, we compiled a pros and cons list of several popular platforms where you could start your journey. Today, we're going to be looking at Amazon, Depop, Poshmark, and eBay so that you can decide which one's right for you. The distribution supergiant, Amazon, has the influence of over 112 million users and counting. Amazon's service of storing the inventory of your business and delivering it for you can be efficient, but it can have its own downside as well. For one, fulfillment fees are calculated by the time and year your products are sold, along with the size and weight. Storage and shipment fees are known to increase during the months of the holiday season, according to Ted Mag. This increase in fees may force business owners to raise the price of their products, which can potentially drive customers away. Amazon branding also leaves little room for you to customize your own brand, since its motto to expose the customer to as many options as they can makes it extremely difficult for them to stay loyal to one. Justin King, the president of B2X Partners, advises that business owners can use Amazon as a short-term approach to test the market with overstocked or outdated products you may want to unload. Now on to Depop, a clothes shopping app for the creative designers of the crowd. Some of Depop's perks are its quick payments through PayPal and the tiered approach to shipping fees depending on package size instead of a flat rate. Since it runs payments via PayPal, Depop takes 10% of your profits along with PayPal fees. There is the issue of lowballing, a phenomenon prominent in its customer base. There is no option to separate offers lower or higher than the asking price. Poshmark doesn't have one either. Poshmark is another fashion bidding platform that is well known with about 50 million users, a huge leap from the 13 million users Depop has. Despite this, Poshmark is infamous for its 20% fee from the profits. Poshmark also urges users to ship their items within 2 days of purchase. Even if it has not been shipped by the 7th day, the buyer can cancel the order. There's also the factor of reaching your desired target audience. Poshmark caters towards a millennial crowd, while Depop caters to the Gen Z, with 90% of its users being under 26 years old. eBay, on the other hand, is another marketplace giant known for its 182 million users worldwide. There are several pluses, from its community features to eBay's easy setup, but one worth mentioning is the seller protection policies. eBay is known for policies to protect both buyers from seller fraud and protecting sellers from customers filing fraudulent money-back guarantee claims. Of course, there's the issue of eBay's fees as well. While considered relatively low, its marketplace charges a fee regardless for pitching a product on the platform and a fee from the total value of the sale. Users may also have to pay extra if they want their product to be easily accessible on the website. Like Amazon, eBay makes it difficult for owners to build a memorable brand and loyal customer base since there are just so many options on display. Well, that's our quick list of platforms. Consider these factors if you're considering to start a business. And back to you, Nancy.
Thank you, Joanna. That was very insightful. With so many platforms to choose from, it's important to analyze the pros and cons for each website so you are making a well-informed decision as an up and rising business owner. Every detail counts. Now, we'd love to hear from Elle and Amaya, so I am turning this over to you guys. You both have your own shops on Etsy, so this question is for both of you. Can you each tell us about your product and what inspired you to pursue this endeavor now, and how long has this been in the works for you?
So my business that I solely own is called Snatched Sis Creations. And then Amaya will talk about Sisters That Paint, which we actually co-own together for our Etsy shop. But I made a pledge to myself at the beginning of 2020 that I was not buying new clothing anymore. And that's kind of where the whole idea of Snatched Sis Creations came about. So I love thrifting. I have a passion for thrifting, and I've always felt that there's just something so special about giving an item a second chance at life and wear. And whenever it came to around spring break, I had started planning this huge thrifting trip into Brooklyn and New York City, where I was going to get items to launch my Etsy store of thrifted pieces of clothing that are either upcycled or vintage. One or the other are the two that I specialize in, and that's like the whole ideas behind Snatchless Creations. But because of the coronavirus, that trip did get canceled. So that did push back my start date significantly, with me being back home in PA and stores just not being open. So I ended up launching Snatchless Creations officially in July of 2020, which was a huge step for me. But it definitely had been an idea since the beginning of 2020, and it really took a lot of planning and a lot of research before I actually decided to launch my brand.
So, as Elle mentioned previously, we both co-own Sisters That Paint, and the idea behind it was that one day Elle just texted me and was like, "You like arts and crafts, right? And painting?" And I was like, "Yeah, why? What's up?" So, like, well, I've been wanting to do an Etsy shop in which we sell paintings made for sororities, and eventually we're going to open up for fraternities too, but we'll get into that later. So the idea behind it is that we create canvas paintings for any sorority. We already have a few designs on our Etsy shop, and the goal is to basically make art, because we both have a passion for art and we both have a passion for sorority life, as we are both sisters of Alpha Sigma Tau. And so basically we just create canvas art or wooden art for sorority sisters who want to gift it to their sisters. So it's like a gift making and creating for other people to gift to their sorority sisters.
Oh, I love that. So I know Joanna spoke a little about sites like Depop, Amazon, eBay, and Poshmark, but you guys have chosen Etsy. So my question is, what made you choose Etsy? And can you tell us a little bit about what that's been like? And what are some challenges that you guys are facing or have faced?
So as far as Snatchless Creations goes, I did a lot of research. I watched a lot of YouTube videos about people who were starting businesses, and there were really two options that seemed best for me that didn't take a huge amount in fees, and that was either creating my own website using Shopify, which I knew was going to take an immense amount of time that I did not have, and then Etsy. And with Shopify, the thing is you create your own website and then you have to drive all of the traffic to your website. And the great thing about Etsy, yes, there is a listing fee. Yes, there is fees to buy your shipping labels. The shipping labels from Etsy actually come at a 20% discounted price when you buy them straight from the site, which is also something that's a benefit in my opinion. But Etsy has their own form of search engine optimization on their website. People go to Etsy all the time to find certain items. And I think that that was probably the biggest benefit to me was, you know, whenever I first started, the majority of my traffic was coming from my social media. It shows you on Etsy on your marketing on the back end that, you know, like when I first started out, my traffic from social media was like 97% and only 3% from Etsy. Now that I've been open for a few months and I have a lot of items listed, now I actually have about 60% of my traffic coming from the Etsy search engine optimization and only 40% coming from my own traffic. So I'm definitely getting a lot more views, which having Etsy as a platform to start off with is definitely very beneficial in those ways. Also, with Shopify, you can always move there because it is a lot more customizable than Etsy, which is the one downfall that I had. But gaining an audience and a group of people who want to buy my products was more important to me, with low listing fees and low percentages that will be taken out of my overall profits. So that was the main reason that I chose Etsy. And I think that it's a great way to start off a business whenever you are first getting out there, because it is hard to drive traffic to your site whenever you do first start.
I kind of just told Elle, if you trust Etsy regarding Sisters That Paint, then we will use it, because I had no idea what selling was like. I mean, I've used Poshmark in the past to sell one or two items. It can be hard at times, but I trusted Elle and her knowledge of Etsy. And the thing I like about Etsy is that you can hold your own promotions. So when we first opened, we had a grand opening sale when we opened officially on August 1st, and we had it till the end of August. And we're kind of briefly paused at the moment with creating new stuff because school's been crazy, and we've been focusing a lot on the Equinox and its growth. But hopefully in the near future, definitely before Halloween comes around, we plan to make some more stuff. But regarding Etsy in general, I like it. I mean, it's not very hard to use, and it's very straightforward, and I haven't had a problem with it, so I can't really complain.
Thank you. And lastly, what are some tips that you have for those looking to open up their shops and/or businesses?
There's definitely a few things that I have learned. The first being be patient. My first day, I had a lot of people that I knew who ordered from me. And then I had nothing for like a month, no orders at all. And then out of nowhere, whenever I did my restock with new items, I had some random guy from California buy something from me. So be patient. The orders from people that you don't know are definitely going to come in, but also make sure that you're promoting it with the people that you do know. Make your social media accounts. I run my own Instagram and TikTok accounts, and I'm working on starting a Twitter for my business because it definitely does help. So be patient. Social media is a huge thing whenever it comes to driving traffic and promoting your business. Also, supporting other small businesses on social media definitely helps. I've actually go through the hashtag sellers of Etsy on Instagram, and I follow people and I like and comment on their posts. And it doesn't just like drive them to my page to follow me back, but it also drives people who are seeing their stuff to my page because they see that I commented on it, they see that I liked it, they see that my account is interacting with their stuff. And then my third thing would be invest in really nice packaging. Something that I always get commended on in the reviews of my Etsy shop is the packaging. Get some sort of designed poly mailer, bubble mailer, boxes, whatever you're using to ship your things with. Invest in tissue paper to wrap your items in. I know that sounds like cliche. If it's something that can break easily, make sure you bubble wrap it. Stickers, thank you cards, and if you feel a little bougie, get yourself some business cards if you're really feeling like you believe in your business, because all of those little things are going to make the packaging and like opening it so much more fun for the person who receives it. And they're more likely to go then and leave a great review on your shop. And in turn, great reviews look good on Etsy, drives more traffic, you get more sales, and it all just builds from there. So packaging is definitely something that you need to focus on. So main three things is be patient, use your social media to your benefit, and invest in really great packaging.
For me, I would say I would agree with Elle on being patient. It's not going to develop overnight, and you need to understand that you can do as much promotion on your social medias and ask your friends to promote and family to promote, but you have to just really believe in the process for in what you're doing, not just because it has monetary value, but because it's something that you're so passionate about and that you love and that you know brings you the ultimate happiness in the world. So it's, if you really love what you're doing, you know it's not going to ever be about money. It's about doing what you love. And number two, I would have to say it's a big investment. At first, you're going to spend more than you receive in return, and that's okay, because when you finally do get to that step of being able to receive that money you first invested back, it's of course rewarding, but for a while you're just going to be at an even playing field before you end up growing. So that's something that a lot of people need to understand. It's not like you're just going to make the money like that. It's a lot of time, effort, blood, sweat, and tears. And if you really love what you're doing, you know that it's not about the money, it's about what you're doing in your heart. So that's my advice for anyone who wants to, start their own business, their arts and crafts website, any of that stuff.
All right, thank you so much, girls. I know your schedules are crazy. It's midterm season, so we really appreciate having you guys on to talk about your experience. I hope this episode has helped you all consider the endless possibilities and maybe even encouraged you to start thinking about opening up a business. Remember, anything is possible. You have the tools at your disposal. It is just a matter of doing your research and making well-informed decisions. Make sure to follow us on our social media platforms, which will all be linked down below. And make sure to follow and support Amaya and Elle with their businesses. Thank you, and we will see you next time.